What's up, guys? My name is James Lorenzo, and it's time for me to wash my dishes. For those who don't know, I'm a huge Washington sports fan. Grew up in Southeast DC, so that means I'm a part of the DMV, but I am the D in DMV. Went to Sousa, went to Plummer Elementary, ended up going to Dunbar, but I grew up in Southeast DC. Now, as a result, I'm a DC sports fan. Love all the teams. Nationals, Capitals, Wizards, and the football team. Don't like saying the name. Feel really uncomfortable saying the name. Really wish they changed it. Anyway, so I've been around for all the DC heartbreaks. From most recent ones, RG3, the tragedy that was him, John Wall messing up his Achilles, losing in Game 7 in the playoffs to the Celtics, even Gilbert Arenas, and I've been through old Deion Sanders, Bruce Smith, Albert Hainsworth, Dana Stubblefield, Michael Jordan coming through and not being Michael Jordan. I've been through all of it. I've seen, Sean Taylor, nothing of his, rest in peace. But when he got murdered, and the way that changed the football franchise. As you can see, it's a lot of heartbreak about one particular franchise. Anyway, I didn't become a Nationals fan until later on because the Nationals didn't come until later on in my life. So before that, I was an Orioles fan. But as soon as the Nationals came along, I jumped on board. So you can only imagine my elation when they won the championship. Now, with this new story coming out, or not this new story, but the punishments coming down for the Houston Astros, who got caught cheating. They were stealing signs, and it led to them allegedly. That's how they won their World Series a couple years back, and that was part of their process. They were sign stealing. I've seen a lot of heartbreak. One heartbreak in particular sticks out of my mind a lot. I remember we were coming back from, I believe, North Carolina. I'm not sure why it was North Carolina. It might have been Richmond or something. But I remember I was in the car with my mom, and it had to be my stepdad because we were listening to the game. Now, as we were listening to the game, I believe they were playing the Giants on one of those Sunday night older ESPN games when they used to have the Sunday night games. And I remember Gus Frerotte. I think the quarterback for the Giants was like Jeff Hostetler or something. That's all of that is like embedded in my brain at this point. So I think Gus Frerotte like scores on like a quarterback sneak or a quarterback keep or something to the point that he was celebrating the touchdown. Now, as his celebration, he decided to headbutt the wall. Now, I remember the announcer calling it. It was like, Gus Frerotte scores a touchdown. And he runs straight to the wall. And he hurt his neck. And he was out for the rest of the game. I think he was out for a few weeks. And we ended up losing that game. That sums up most of my life with DC sports franchises in general. So when the Nationals were the best team in the MLB a few years ago, I was like, man, this is our year. And we got bounced the first round. I remember when it happened to the Capitals, they got bounced. But the Nationals always for the latter half of the last decade, they were normally favorites. They came into the season as favorites. I think even last year, even though they had a mediocre record, they came in as favorites. Now, my pessimism about DC sports, it's reason. So to find out, hindsight, that the Nationals might have overcome cheating, Man, that's amazing. That's a good feeling. It makes me realize that we don't always have to be Gus Frerotte. Sometimes you can be the Giants.